Okay, everybody. Hi, and I am thankful for everybody that joined today. We are super excited about this. As you can see, we have a new logo. This logo was designed the original logo was designed by Peyton, and the guys that are building our app actually upgraded it, and we are super excited. You will now see this everywhere. Basically, I love the hand on the light bulb because Peyton wanted a light bulb to start for Team Awesomism because he wanted to share with the world that autistics are actually the light. They shine the light in the world. They are not the odd people. They are not the missing puzzle piece. They are actually the light. So we were super excited to see. And as you can see, we have very muted colors, which is what we've decided to go with. So our app will look very similar to this. Okay, our journey on this path to autism and awesomism began when Peyton was born. It's been a big struggle at times, but I would not change it. I've always told Peyton he doesn't have autism, he has awesomism because God made him the awesome one. I did this because not only do I believe it's true, but because I want him to believe in himself and never put limits on himself. I wanted him to embrace who he is, not what others want him to be. I believe that when we focus on the positives of whatever is in our life, not the negatives, we're stronger. Whenever I speak with autism parents, the common thing that I always hear is, who is going to take care of my child after I'm gone? I hear this all the time. I even hear it from people who are extremely well off, who have very heavy connections. We have met with major celebrities who are autism parents, and they have said the exact same thing as those who are struggling to pay their bills. It is a very common theme. So we are very excited to share our journey, the good, the bad, and the awesome. Okay, Team Awesomism is now two separate entities under one company. Team Awesomism Virtual Academy, which is for the autistic adults. That is where we have our classes. That's where all of the autistic adults only are invited to join the Virtual Academy. And we are going to be talking about both today. And then we are going to be having a Team Awesomism app. Both are equally important to our journey. Team Awesomism Virtual Academy was started by me and Peyton.
Yep.
Lynn, I took my background of being a homeschooling mom plus a homeschooling activist and used it for the academy. There are many positives to homeschooling, and the academy is technically a version of this. Too many autistic adults are being left behind. Without constant stimulation and encouragement, they can regress. The academy is designed as a community just for the autistic adults. We created this virtual so that we can support everyone all over the world. Autism is worldwide. It knows no boundaries, and we don't want to put boundaries on anybody. Life skills. The Virtual Academy is about life skills, social skills, soft skills, and hard skills. We work every single day to try to help autistic adults with all of these skill sets. Business skills. This is a very big one to us, the business skills. Fun skills and self-care, because this is extremely important. And I just want to make a little note here. That picture that you're seeing of Butler, that dog's name is Butler. We were in, Peyton's laughing because that dog was literally one of the funniest dogs I've ever met in my life. We were in Montana, and when we went out this summer on our 5.5-month mission around the United States to speak with autistic adults and their family, one of the places we went was all the Lewis and Clark museums. And if you know anything about Lewis and Clark, they took one of these type of dogs, a Newfoundland, on their excursion. And this live dog actually is at the Lewis and Clark in Great Falls, Montana. And it was literally the funniest dog I have ever seen. Like, I fell in love with that dog. He did not want to pose on the picture, and his owner made him. Okay, Team Awesomism is adding 4 new major courses. These courses are extremely important. Small business independent contractor course to help autistic adults with a 75 to 85% unemployment rate. That has to change. We will be adding several courses under this main topic. We have a gentleman who was supposed to be joining us. He texted me earlier and said he'll be here. I don't know what happened, but we have a podcast coming out with him in a couple of weeks. He actually wrote the legislation for the US Congress. And he and I have been working together for several years because, for those of you on here who don't know, I lived in Washington, D.C. I worked for a congressman as well as several other elected officials. And I met him through a small network that I have of people who help write legislation. Not literally on the outside. I'm talking the guys on the inside that write the legislation. He's one of them. And he's a very strong advocate for the independent contractors, which we will be offering a course on Team Awesomism, all about how to start a small business, how to be an independent contractor. And this is going to be extremely important because we believe that by teaching autistic adults how to be independent contractors and small business owners, we can help take down the 75 to 85% unemployment class. Our very first class about being an independent contractor is going to be about an all-natural soap. We are going to teach autistic adults every aspect of this process from start to finish. And while they are learning this, we will be teaching them how to use farmers markets. This is not going to be an MLM scheme. This is going to be a literal they will sell our product. And we have Zach on here. Zach's going to tell why he started this company. We're now collaborating with Zach with this all natural soap. And if you're an autistic adult and you would like to sell our all natural soap in your community or in your shops or whatever you're doing, then we will definitely work with you, but we want you to take the classes so that you learn all about the natural soap, help you how to set up the farmer's market. We'll do from A to Z. So go ahead, Zach, you can tell about your soap.
All right. So one more time, you said you want me to talk about how or why I went into it?
Why you went into it.
Well, I went into it because, for years, like everybody, I used over-the-counter, regular store-bought soap. And when my family and I started taking care of birds, getting our own eggs naturally instead of paying $10 a dozen like most people do, I had to start washing my hands more and more often because you're dealing with creatures that are outside all day. And the more I used the soap, the more I noticed my hands would start to dry out and it'd start to crack the more I used the soap. And that's when I started looking into the ingredients that go into the soap. And I have one right here, just a random store-bought soap. And this one actually has less ingredients than most. I'll read you one of the ingredients right here. It's a tetrasodium EDTA, which is a soap preservative, but used in excess amounts, people with sensitive skin their skin will start to dry out, will start to crack. So if you're trying to stay clean, you're actually going to end up doing more harm to yourself than good by using store-bought chemically infused soap. And that's just one of the 4 ingredients that dehydrates your skin that's in this soap right next to me. So that's why I went into making my own soap organically, and I don't use any aluminum because aluminum is absorbed through the skin, and that's highly toxic. It's used in majority of cleaning products today, human cleaning products, cleanliness products, and it's very toxic for you. And so I made my soap because I have to use soap constantly because I wash my hands. And I noticed through using goat's milk, shea butter, natural soap products that my hands not only stopped cracking, but they actually started getting smoother. So even though I do a lot of work with my hands, I don't have very rough hands, even though I'm constantly working with them, whether it be with tools or working with the animals in the yard. But yet I still have very rejuvenated hands, and I'm not using any kind of chemical soap. I've gone completely away from it. I use nothing but my own organic soap now.
I love this.
That's why.
Fantastic.
Thanks, Zach. So it's extremely important. And Zach has been doing some videos, so we will have an actual class where if you want to sell the soap, we will teach you the process. We will teach you about how to sell the soap. It will be from beginning to end. So we're super excited about this. Okay, our next class, I love that, is green empowerment. And we are working with Clifford on this one. We often hear people say, I want to leave the earth a better place when I leave it than I found it. We're putting together a series of classes highlighting responsibility. One such class is Estate Greens, which specializes in indoor hydroponic growth methods to share systems of locally grown produce. Again, this is another class where you can sell in your community, you can sell at farmers markets, and we will teach you the entire process. This one is a little bit more expensive because you have to do the whole hydroponic growth, but we're working on bringing in sponsors to be able to help autistic adults that want to be able to learn how to do the indoor hydroponic, and they can grow it, and then they can sell the fruits and vegetables and the flowers or whatever they're growing. And at the same time, they will also learn a lot of skill set from it and feed themselves very healthy food. So we're going to let Clifford talk a little bit about his company for a couple minutes. And because we're so excited that we get to connect with people and actually bring the people who are doing these companies in. It's not just me and Peyton going, okay, we know this stuff, and we start talking about it. These are the guys that are actually in the trenches, building these companies, building these products, and getting them out there, and then they're sharing with us. So when you collaborate with us, we're giving you an opening to the autism community, and they're helping the autism community by sharing their expertise. So go ahead, Clifford, tell us about your company. I love this company. This guy's awesome, what he's done.
Good morning, guys. Thanks for having me. My name's Clifford. I'm started Estate Greens, which I started out of my closet actually. I noticed a dip in nutritional value and the quality of the produce in my area, especially at the beginning of COVID, when we had all the supply chain issues and everything like that. So I decided to learn how to grow independently. So I have a history in agriculture and a bunch of different things, but I wanted to learn how to grow at home as clean as possible and the best food possible that tastes the best. So we're working on developing clean, green hydroponic growth methods that we're starting with microgreens so that it's kind of easy to start. It's got a quick growth method or a quick growth time, and also provides a lot of grace for learning. So it is very forgiving. If you do mess up a tray or something like that, it's easy to kind of restart and start from the beginning and not be all the way behind like if you do traditional growing. And it also helps keep everything clean. It helps grow on a smaller scale, and it helps produce an opportunity for potential entrepreneurship on the back end too. So we're teaching people how to grow, how to build a business, how to build a brand, and pretty much how to eat healthier and how to enjoy the food that you eat and have a better connection with it. So that's kind of what we're doing in a very, very brief, quick form, but we'll teach you how to grow everything from radish to pea shoots, to popcorn and pretty much anything. So yeah, that's what I'm doing, and that's what Estate Greens hopes to help teach everybody what else to do, and hopefully we can work together in creating more great green products together. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Clifford. We love this. We love your product. And we are really hoping to be able to really get in there and get in the trenches and really help more autistic adults. There's an autistic adult that's actually on this call. His name is Chris. And Chris is really, really, really working every day, all day, up and down the street to try to bring businesses into understanding how to work with autistics. And Chris and I have talked a little bit about this, so I'm kind of putting him on the spot. I'm not asking him to speak because he's not prepared for it, but I really would like to have Chris kind of work with us too on putting together the class for small businesses too, because not only are we planning to help autistic adults become small business owners and independent contractors, but we want to go and reach into the small business owners and the independent contractors to work with autistics. So if you own a small business, like I talked to the plumber that came in, replaced our hot water heater, and said to him, would you be willing to be a mentor to an autistic adult to teach him how to become a plumber? He said, all day, every day, up and down the street. So these are the kind of things too. So if you know small businesses, and rather than reinvent the wheel, we really believe at Team Awesomism that you work with other people that are doing this. This is Chris's focus. He's an autistic adult. He knows what he's doing. And so we would rather work with Chris than go out there and work against Chris, you know, being, well, now we know more about it. So this is why we're so excited about having different people work with us on this. Okay, our next one is this class we're super excited about. Technology, because everybody knows technology is very important in our everyday life. We are actually going to be getting a 10-lesson technology class that will be taught by an expert. And this will, as you can see on the screen, there's no reason for me to repeat them all, and then you will get your test for Academy certification. This class will be, now I need to explain, all these classes that we're showing you right now, every one of these classes are going to be for the Virtual Academy. These classes will be on Team Awesomism Virtual Academy. If you go to teamawesomism.com and you're an autistic adult, you can go and join us on Team Awesomism Virtual Academy. These classes will be free for all autistic adults. Every single thing on the Virtual Academy is free. How do we do that? We do it by everybody stepping up, buying t-shirts like what I have on right now, the Fight for a Cause, Not Applause, Peyton's t-shirt, being a sponsor, being a advocate for us, getting out there, talking to small businesses in your community, family members, friends. Look, I had somebody come in one day and they put money in my account. They put $10. They said, I'm so sorry, I can't do more than $10. I wish I could. I said, you know what? If 1,000 people gave me $10, I'd be able to do 5 classes that I really want to do. Never apologize that you can only do $10. Every dollar that comes into Team Awesomism is used to keep upgrading and updating and helping us keep moving these classes forward. Okay, the next class is extremely important to us. Amanda, I'm going to get emotional. Amanda was one of the most beautiful people you would ever meet. She was one of Peyton's very best friends. She died suddenly. She was an autistic adult. She loved to sing, this girl. This was her big thing. Her and Peyton would always stand next to each other. They both learned sign language, and at church, they would sign. And there's a group of friends. There's Janet, there's Sarah, there's this group of friends on a scale of 1 to 10 is 1,000,000. Everybody should be so lucky to have friends like these friends. And they're just the most beautiful, kind-hearted, wonderful human beings. And they're all autistic. They're all on the spectrum with the exception of one, Melanie. But when Peyton left, it was very difficult because we moved from Texas to Florida, and it was hard for Peyton to leave his friends. And then when Amanda died, and Peyton said to me, I want to do something to honor Amanda. I really want to do something because, you know, they always say that if you say someone's name, they never really are gone. And so what we decided to do was start a class in honor of her, and it's a music course. And what we want to do is we only have about 6 of these t-shirts left that we are promoting. And because she was undefeated, she never let anything stop her. And by having her name on this, what we'd like to do is raise enough through sponsorships and selling t-shirts to award an autistic adult a music scholarship. And it can be anywhere. You can be in India, you can be in the United States, you can be in the UK. You want to sing, all you got to do is apply to us, and we will find, we're going to offer one, and this will be awarded in November. we will award one scholarship in Amanda Meek's name to get a autistic adult a singing voice lessons. So this is a way that we wanted to honor her, and we gave all of her friends the t-shirt that Peyton has on, because we want everybody to remember that autistic adults offer so much to this world. They are beautiful human beings, and we really need to start focusing on the awesomism side of them. Okay, next one. So those are our new ones, okay? We also have, we're going to be offering a series on how homeschooling is a lifetime adventure. Anybody that knows me knows I was homeschooling before everybody else was. It was nowhere near up to the level it is now. My oldest son is almost 40. I homeschooled all 4 of my children. I'm a huge advocate for homeschooling. I was a full-time homeschooling activist. So I really, really, really feel very strongly that homeschooling is a lifetime adventure, and we need to promote this more so that we do continuously help autistic adults. And one of the things that I feel that we need to do with this, and then I'm going to quote my dear friend Azuma, it's never too late to homeschool. Let's teach our children the life skills they need. And saying this, she's on here. I want her to talk about what she and I have put together.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Hi. Thank you. Thank you, Lynn, for introducing this great idea. Hi, Peyton. How are you doing? Good, good. So yeah, we've been chatting a lot, right, Lynn, recently, and I met Lynn last year in Dubai at the Autism conference. And since then, we have like literally been brainstorming what to do when it comes to homeschooling. I'm also a homeschooling mum. I mean, I'm not as experienced as Lynn. I've been homeschooling for 10 years. Lynn is a veteran in this, and we really just decided to come together and offer monthly support sessions for parents who have children on the autism spectrum. A lot of parents who are homeschooling, some parents who are, confused, not sure how to start, and some parents who have children that have been rejected from the schooling system and they're home and they're not sure what to do with them. So really just providing that support in the best way possible, just to get them started and to get, every child really, and is entitled to education and not to leave anyone out. So we're here just to share our experiences and share tips and tools and strategies to work with children on the autism spectrum at home. And I'm really excited. We will be starting this month, with it being Autism Awareness Month. And I'm excited to offer that every month to families around the world. So guys, if you have a chance, do join our Zoom meetings that will be starting this month, hopefully. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
She is probably one of the most humble people I have ever met. She always comes on, yeah, I'm a homeschooling mom and stuff. This woman is a lawyer. This woman can speak multiple languages. This woman not only homeschools her children, but she's a homeschooling activist in the United Arab Emirates. And she is also a international certified coach. I mean, like, you name it, she's got it. So I am the one that is super excited to share experiences with her, because we build on each other. We call each other when we're both feeling super stressed out, and we just build on each other because our vision for the future for autistic kids is so similar. And I know there are parents out there every day, all day, stressing out, saying, the school system isn't doing enough for my child, but I don't know how to homeschool. And I tell each one of them, and Azuma and I had an event that one mom came in and she was just in tears. She was like, I don't even know how to do this. And we told her, it is 100% easier than you think, because the fact that you're stressed out about how is my child going to be educated, you're 80% of the way there, because that means you care that your child's going to be educated. So stop telling yourself you can't do this, and we will teach you how to do it. So we are super excited about this. And just to make sure everyone understands, this, not only will we be doing separate, but our app is going to have an enormous amount of roundtables and events that will be talking about homeschooling through the lifetime, because it is a lifetiming adventure, especially in the home for autistic adults. I will say this. I probably learned, and I'm not joking, I probably learned more homeschooling my children than I did when I was in school, because I was responsible for making sure they learned. So we studied things consistently. And I think it is a very, very, very good way to help you also connect with your children. So that I'm super excited about this that we're working on. Okay, now we're going to talk about the app. We are super excited about this app. It's going to be a one-stop shop for everything Awesomism. We have a wide variety of ways for people to find information on this. And I want to stop for a minute and explain something that was explained to me about apps. When you have things on a website, people can cut and paste them, which we've had happen to us. And you can also do things through the website. Like if we're going to record 16 roundtables a month, every month. Okay, so you do the math, how many roundtables will I have alone? If I had that on a website, it would take 2.5 years for you to upload that website. By having this app, we will have everything categorized because it's up in the cloud. So we will have blogs. We want guest bloggers. Please understand, everything that we are putting on here is not about me and Peyton. Me and Peyton will help organize it. We will be involved in the, overseeing the blogs, the podcasts, the roundtables. This is for everyone who is out there every day fighting for their child, fighting for other children, getting on social media, begging people to listen to them, getting their elected officials to listen to them. You will be able to have a voice now, instead of hoping that by writing your blog and putting it on Medium or putting it somewhere else that 20 people read it. The app will be free. Yes, you heard that right. It will be free. It will have some in-app purchases, but all of these purchases will be ones like extended classes, like a coaching class from Azuma. Those will be in-app purchases. They are ones that you would be paying for anyway, but all the blogs, all the podcasts, all the roundtables, the daily inspirations, the small business listings of companies that are autism friendly, the small businesses that are owned by autistics, all the sponsors, everybody, whether you give us $10 or you give us $10,000, we will have different levels of sponsors. So if you've sponsored and you've given us money, all these people who come to this app will be able to see that you support autism. So you're an independent person. Your name is John. You write a blog, and you now are putting your blog on our app. Guess what? That app is going out there to everybody. You won't have to spend every day going, please read my blog, please read my blog, because it will all be categorized on your topic on the app. We are so excited about this. And we will also have autistic adults who are examples of turning autism into awesomism. There are so many autistic adults that are so inspiring and so amazing, and we want to highlight this. I've had a lot of people ask me about what are roundtables. Roundtables will be 4 to 6 people that will all be guests from everywhere in the world, and they will be on there talking about different topics. We will be bringing experts in. We will be bringing parents in, because guess what? A lot of people don't say this, but it's true. Parents are just as equal experts. They're the ones who live with their kids 24/7 and deal with it. So we will have in every single roundtable, and this is extremely important, every single roundtable will have an autistic adult present, a minimum of 1. Some will just be autistic adults. Some we may have 6 people talking about, let's say, a topic about grooming, about the stress level of getting ready to go to work and having to get that down to, a routine without the stress level. There may be 4 autistic adults and 2 non-autistics, but autistic adults are going to have a voice on this app. This app is not about companies coming in and telling us, well, this is how we see autism. This is about autistic adults telling companies and the world, this is how we see autism, because we're the autistic adults. And I feel very strongly on this, not only because I have an autistic adult child, but I want to give a little side note. When Peyton and when I switched my podcast from the Awesomism Mom to Team Awesomism, I had the parent, and this really angers me that it was a parent of an autistic that did this, a young boy, he has a young boy, and he came on and it said to me, you need to bring, private message me, and said, you need to bring my friend on if you want any credibility in the autism world. And I said, excuse me? And the part that angered me is I have a 24-year-old autistic son. I don't know, last time I checked, my 24-year-old autistic son probably knows a million times more about autism than somebody who wrote a book 2 years ago and they decided to try to sell it to the autism world. We want to take that nonsense away and start showing the world how awesome these autistic adults really are. Because every autistic adult I have had the honor to meet has given me, I've walked away with some sort of heart love for that person. And it's extremely important. So this is why this app is so important to me, because it really, really, really will have a wide range of experts, parents, professionals. We're going to have attorneys on there talking about, do I set up do I become a guardian? Do I do just power of attorney? How do I set up a special needs trust? Because a lot of attorneys go, well, I want $250 just to sit down with you to find out how to do this. There's a gentleman that's on this call right now. He's in dire need of an attorney, a good attorney to step up for him. When we build this app and we have the community on the app, we will have 30 attorneys that we will be able to call up and say, here, we have this issue. Can you please help him? Then we're going to bring you on the roundtable so everybody realizes what an awesome attorney you really are in the autism world. Because it becomes a part of, people always say, I want to help. Well, those who don't know how to help but want to help will have the outlet through the app. We believe so much that autism acceptance and activism needs to be spread. And people are aware of it, but too often people become overwhelmed by trying to find all of the information, trying to go to all these different sources. We want it there. And please, let us be very clear on this. This isn't just me and Peyton putting this information. Every person on this call, everybody you know, your entire network, we want them involved in this. Our most important goal, though, is to have the autistics have the voice. We also have music for up and coming artists. We will have music on there. The picture on there is Brandon Hadi. Brandon Hadi, we are announcing today, is now the official country music voice for Team Awesomism. We love Brandon. He has been the most amazing person for us. Every single time I've gone to Brandon and said, Brandon, I love this song, before I can even get done, he's like, feel free to use it however you want. Don't worry about it. Whatever I can do, however I can help you, I will help you. This gentleman is more concerned about making sure that he's out there supporting the autism community than he is even helping himself. And I love this guy. So even if you don't like country music, please add him on your Spotify list. Tell everybody you know. His last name is Hodde. If you hear our small town music, I know people are probably so sick of that on Instagram because I've always got it playing on almost everything I put out. That's his song, because we want the app to feel like we're in a small town. We want people to feel like they know their neighbor, they know other autistics, they know people within every community around the world that supports them and is there for them. So we work with another one named CJ Kern. He's been amazing. I mean, we've got so many people that are stepping up. It's just, it warms my heart. You can see the beginning of our app. This was given to me by the gentleman who is building our app out of California. I'm so excited about this, guys. This is real. This is coming. This is the most amazing thing in the world to me. We are going to be a one-stop shop. I can't even tell you, when I saw this, I cried. I was like, this is real. We're really going to turn autism into awesomism, not just talk about it. And then I don't have to deal with all the insanity of social media anymore. I can just be on here being awesome, helping the autistic adults. So I just want everybody to see how amazing this is coming together. We have also put together a proprietary program. It's a strategy to help autistic adults and the communities. This is been put together by me and several other well-known grassroots experts. And we can come into your small town, small city, whatever you want, even your neighborhood, and we will teach you how to become more autism friendly in the most inexpensive, if not free ways. There are so many ways out there to help autistic adults. If you're interested, please let me know. This can be done remotely. This can be done in person if we are near you, or we can train other people. We are looking for sponsors for this program. If you'd be interested in sponsoring this, we would love to work with you on that. And also, we can do it remotely for free. But, the more the merrier, because, I'll give you one example. There are ways to just create messaging and graphics for social media to help you get your word out there. We work with different people that will help you, that can be relatable to your town. So if you live in a small town in Iowa, we can help you get that word out, because when we were traveling the country, we went to a very small area in Montana. Okay. And everywhere we went, we tried to wear our autism t-shirts. And I walked into this, we would always try to buy gas and coffee from all these really little towns to help put money in their economy. Walked into this, it was kind of like a one-stop shop. It was a little store and a gas station and everything. I had on my autism shirt. The gentleman behind, this town had less than 700 people in it. And we walk in, and I'm standing there to pay, and the gentleman behind the counter along the store looks at me and says, "You do autism stuff?" I go, "Yeah." And I told him, and he gives me autism stories from his little town, his tiny little town in the middle of Montana, and he had autism stories. Don't ever let anybody tell you that autism isn't everywhere. I had somebody try to tell me 99.9% of America's never even heard of autism. I said, well, that's really hilarious, considering there's 8 to 10 million autistics in America. And if you take them and their parents and their grandparents and their siblings who are all directly affected by it, that's over 30 million, which is 10% of the population. Those numbers don't add up. You walk around in an autism shirt, you get stopped, don't repeat me, with autism stories. My neighbor, my cousin, my this, my that. Guys, we got to get out there, and we've got to do more to help. 75 to 85% unemployment rate. This is insane. And this is why, too, the more that we can bring the word with the strategy of turning autism into awesomism, into communities, into small businesses, we can even teach this strategy to small businesses, how they can make themselves more small business friendly. So the other thing, too, in conclusion, we have a lot to do. And I want to go over a few things that we are really, really going to be pushing in the next 3 to 5 months. If you have a food truck, or you know anybody who has a food truck, we want to do a tip jar, and we will give you a 3x5. We'll give you some 3x5 cards that you can put in front of the tip jar. It's not going to be this big. This is ours. But we'll get you a small tip jar. We're getting stickers. And if you would put it at your tip jar, at your small business, at all these different things, then people can learn about us. They want to put a tip in, great. If they don't, they just want to take a card, great. If you own a small business, or you are willing to put a sticker on your car, on your window of by your front door. We are getting Team Awesomism with our QR code on stickers, and we want to put these all over the country. We have several places, actually all over the world. We have several places already that are looking for them as soon as we get them done. We just need help. Peyton and I cannot do all this. We're working 80 hours a week, not joking. So we need this. If you're not on our email list, please join it. And then when you get it, share it with your network. If you're not following us on social media, please follow us. If you have any ideas or you want to work with us, please reach out to us. People come to me all the time with ideas, and then I don't hear from them again. Let's make these things work. Let's make it so that when the app comes out, we have such a groundswell so that we tell the world, look, we're here, we're loud, we're proud, and we're not going away. And we legitimately are working to turn autism into awesomism for everybody, because at the end of the day, the more people that help us spread the word, the better. So thank you so much for joining us. We are recording this. We will be putting this out there in a couple weeks as a podcast. Please share it with everyone in your network. And if you want to work with us, we'd love to work with you. If you have an email list and you're willing to send out some emails for us, we'd love that. We just need to get the word out there, and we would love to have your blogs. We would love to have your podcasts. We would love to have everything that you want to present to us to put on the app, because again, it takes all of us to turn autism into awesomism. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Anybody have any questions? Okay, anybody have any questions? Nope. Okay, just feel free to reach out to me. And if you're interested in the homeschooling one, we will be announcing that tomorrow. Oh, don't forget to watch me and Peyton on April 15th, Autism Connect. Autism Connect, if you're not familiar with Autism Connect, they work very closely with Temple Grandin, Dr. Carrie Magro, Tom Island, some of the big names in autism. And Peyton and I are doing a presentation on April 15th. It's not exactly this, it'll be different, but be sure to tune in for that. And we really appreciate everybody coming today. And thank you so much for your support. It means so much to us. And with that, thanks, guys.
Thank you so much for joining.
Bye.
See ya.
Cheers.
Bye.
Later.